Are you going to be jiggling the table lots? Should I put my water bottle right beside it?
It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah, it's possible.
Probable.
Probable. Definitely probable. Okay, I think I am good to go.
I probably should have lint rollered my microphone. Looks pretty fluffy
Oh,
though.
yeah. It's been a while. It's been a few weeks in the dist. Did you want to hear any
Do you have to clap
topics?
or something?
Yeah. Are you good?
I think you topiced up earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
Why are you looking at me like I'm a lion?
Cute. Little Mufasa style. Wait, that's the dad. What was the other one? Simba. Yeah, symbolism you got going on there. And 3, 2, 1. Yay! I have a good pun there for a second. Pretty punny.
My Mufasa-licious hairdo.
Oh, there you go. That's maybe where I got it from.
Yeah.
Welcome back, folks. Here we go. Here we go.
Made it back.
Yay! We're back!
Yay! Sorry about that few weeks off.
Yeah.
75 weeks later.
Well, I'd like to call it a hiatus, but it wasn't very high.
It was feeling
Loatus.
feeling rugged.
Yeah.
Hate us.
Don't hate us.
Don't hate us.
Don't hate us for hiatus. Hey.
Yeah, I was just sick on the couch for a few weeks. So.
Yeah. It was started out little kind of low rumblings of things, and
Started
then
out as
full bore.
Fucking nasty migraine, and then sore throat, and then cough, and then cold, and then flu.
Well,
so a few weeks later, here I am.
You recovered.
My hair's accurate representation of how I'm feeling.
Yeah. I felt slightly headachy and cold-like on a few days.
Yeah.
That was about it. So, yeah.
I was all excited because I'd lost like 25 pounds, walking all the time and doing really good on my long walks, getting over 10,000 steps a day instead of just my 6,000 step goal. And then...
no walks.
And then, just riding the couch hard and only could eat pretty much just chicken soup. Campbell's chicken soup. I tried cooking. It wasn't a
Campbell's
thing.
chicken noodle. Give us,
yeah.
It's a good plug there. Send us a free case.
So my sodium levels were up pretty high, so packed on 4 more pounds, even though I couldn't eat for like a week. But whatever.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
I was in charge of cooking, so it was like soup and more soup and possibly more soup. I want some more soup. Do you want?
Yeah, but I did it. I'm alive.
Good job.
Yeah, haven't started eating vegetables again yet. Actually, literally had another can of soup for freaking dinner tonight.
We got some, though.
We're like, let's get this podcast done because, they're supposed to have like a power outage.
Scheduled power outage tomorrow all day.
So, we're trying to get this in the bag.
It's like, we could do it with the battery packs. I'm sure we could figure it out.
You don't want that, you guys.
You don't want the fan in the background?
No, I don't want the fan in the background.
Oh, hey.
Welcome
I'm JT.
back to the We Can't Pick a Title podcast, BG. Crawling up out of my crypt. Missed the Halloween dance, and Jason over here.
Yay! And this is JT right here.
Jace to the teeth.
Halloween dance. I don't know. Where are we gonna go?
I wanted to go.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna be the Mothman.
Oh, right. The Mothman cometh.
Oh well.
Style.
Some other time.
Next year. Now you got all year to work on your costume, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Just glue my feathers on.
That would be just
boom.
perfect. That's exactly what you had one more step to do.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Or just wear that for actual Halloween.
Oh, right. Yeah. Let's go scare people. I'll pull out the chainsaw and the Jason mask.
Why would you do that?
Well, it's Halloween. As is tradition.
Yeah.
Right?
And then you'll chase them towards me. And I'll...
Yeah. And then you chase them towards, like, the candy.
Salty.
And the nice people. Oh, Salty. There you go. We'll have him dressed up.
Salty will just be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Bark, 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 bark.
He'll be like a werewolf.
Dress him up as Bob Barker.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask before. Says Bob Barker because he barks.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hi, my name is Bob.
Not Drew Carey. It's a dumb joke.
That was really dumb.
He's
I don't
the
even
new Price
get
is
it.
Right host. That's why.
That's like an inside job.
Yeah, a little inside.
Okay, I got it. It wasn't
Price is Right.
dumb. I just
Oh, but it wasn't funny.
maybe me is dumb.
Definitely killed the conversation.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're going
real
for, right?
yes-ander.
I was gonna ask, what's your favorite monster? You know, like we got like Dracula and Wolfman and all of those and everything. In case anybody was wondering what the crinkling was, a fisherman's
It's not a dog.
friend.
It's not a dog treat.
It could be though.
I just work for dog treats
Oh,
now.
give one of those to a dog.
Oh,
You'd be in trouble.
please don't.
Still feeling a little, you know,
A little scratchy.
little tickle in my.
all
Well, I was gonna say tickle in my pickle, but no, that's a whole different thing.
As long as you don't have to put it up your urethra to make it feel better.
Right.
It just works
Right.
from the top down.
I was gonna say it's definitely
It's
a different
trickle-down
cure than a
effect.
fisherman's friend
Yeah.
for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Trickle down, to trickle out.
Trickle down economics or whatever.
Ew.
Something. What's your favorite monster?
Man, I don't know. I was
Probably Cookie.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, like Gila monster. It's like a big lizard
Oh,
thing like that. I think that's maybe even the different word for Komodo dragon.
Cthulhu, maybe?
Yeah, I think Gila monster was like the old word,
Okay.
old name for.
They're not allowed to call them that
Yeah,
anymore.
it's not politically correct.
Super racist.
Super racist towards
French people? Because Guy?
towards dragons. I guess
I'm not
because that'd be
sure.
the appropriate.
They're like Irish. We
Race.
just don't even care if people
Yeah,
want to be
doesn't matter.
racist.
Yeah, make fun of them all you want. They don't care
Whatever,
either.
call me a leprechaun. I don't care.
Sure. Yeah. How dare you? I mean, how dare he? That's a bad Irish accent.
You guys are glad you tuned back in. Fuck, I hope you found something good to listen to.
Yeah. Worth the wait, that's for sure.
Oh, Lord.
Oh Lord. I don't know. I like Wolfman
You like Wolfman?
because of the whole, you know.
Growing the nails long?
Yeah, exactly.
you're like, just like
spiky
me.
hair and rah.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of fun.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Wish I had something more original that I could think of, like a
Like
creature from the Black
like
Lagoon or
Cookie
something.
Monster?
Like Cookie Monster was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the best one.
I think Cthulhu would be like my best.
Well, that's pretty
scary
hardcore.
monster.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking all
But
of
if
that.
you're thinking like Halloween
Yeah.
costume
Yeah.
style.
Yeah. I mean, there's really only a few, technically, I think.
Yeah.
Like the old school Monster Squad style.
Okay.
Remember that movie?
A mummy.
Yeah, the Mummy,
something.
Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein. Can't forget Frankenstein.
God, have you watched
And the
the
fish one.
new What We Do in the Shadows?
I have.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else out there?
This season, they wind up Laszlo's trying to reanimate people, and they're like, "Oh, like Frankenstein." He's like, "Who? What? No,
Yeah.
this is a new idea."
Yeah, like Victor Frankenstein. No. Name doesn't ring a bell at all.
Yeah, like, nope. No,
Yeah.
don't know who that is.
Well, I can't remember what his name is on there. Because the scientist name that he calls himself, because it's not Laszlo, whatever.
I think it's whatever his last name is. Starts with a C.
Cravensworth.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. That's so great. Cravensworth Monster is what it'll be called.
On the What We Do in the Shadows Facebook page or Instagram, maybe, they had some people at like a Comic-Con kind of situation,
Oh, okay.
and they dressed up as the What We Do in the Shadows, and so they had film crew, and it was like,
Oh,
says,
nice.
"Try not to eat me" on the film crew's T-shirts,
Oh,
and then
that's great.
the person dressed up as Nadia winds up like going over and like
Taking a
full
bite.
vampire, like knocks them right down and
That's
eats
awesome.
them, and yeah. And they have like Laszlo like grabbing onto it looks kind of like a light strobing pole kind of a thing. So it's, I
Oh,
guess.
like a sciencey kind of
Yeah,
thing?
like, yeah.
Oh,
kind
okay.
of like his Frankenstein
That's
set
cool.
up in the show.
Trying to think of, like, we ended up binging a few different things while we were.
Oh yeah, I
We packed
watched
in a few.
all the Only Murders in the Building,
Oh, yeah,
which
caught
I've
right up
been.
from
I hadn't been
ground
watching
up.
it, yeah, because I was like, oh, everybody loves this show, and I'm like, I don't know, everything I'd seen, like all the ads that I'd seen, like I really like Steve Martin and I really like Martin Short. Don't really know Selena Gomez. So all the ads, I was like, it just looks like manic and stressful and,
Oh, okay.
you know, like, so I was just like, I wasn't really in the mood for it or anything. But after, like, you know, a few weeks, you've, like, caught up on your favorite shows and you're like, well, I'm just laying here and I'm too sick to read, so I gotta just watch something.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a great show. I can see why they won awards and were nominated for so many.
Yeah, I with me when I watched the ads, I didn't watch that many because the first one or two that I watched, it was like, It literally, like, the little quips didn't really hit me,
Yeah.
or anything, and it seemed a little too either artsy or weirdly dark.
Yeah.
But not because I can handle dark. I can handle really dark.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. It just seemed just not my bag, you know, or anything. And then, like, Steve Martin and Martin Short, I like. You gotta love those guys. But Martin Short, I really like in interviews, and when he's, like, cutting people down almost. I hate to say, like, that kind of humor, but he's just the best at slicing people and stuff. And I didn't know that was a part of it. And that's pretty much a big part of his character is going into Steve Martin, because they're not even old buddies on the show. Like, they literally just met
in the building.
Yeah, in the building, you know. So, but knowing that they are old buddies is cool. And, you know, so I wasn't even sure, like, because, and their show that they do together, I've seen different clips of that, and
on their stand-up.
Yeah, on their stand-up, and it's good, but it's just, again, not my sort of style, not my bag, and so I thought, okay, what's going to be that with some Selena Gomez peppered in, and her I never found to be so
Funny,
animated at all, or funny or anything, you know. So I was like, oh, that'd be weird, but that's the contrast. That's the whole point of it, you know. And it's really good writing, and it's super funny, and Martin Short in it is just super awesome. Like, he's quick and really just so much, but not too much.
There's great heartfelt moments in the show too, where, you know, you cried a few times, where you're like, oh man, you know, and not because somebody got murdered, and you know, the one murder happens, and you're like, okay, like how can they keep, you know, like, are they going to go around killing people?
How many murders can they have
in that building to, like, you know, how are they going to do a fourth season? But it always works out.
It somewhat seems plausible.
Doesn't work out for somebody.
And they are also, like, downtown, but Manhattan, New York, or wherever, you know.
It's
so
a huge building.
There is characters, and there is other actors, and there's big time people and stuff. So that kind of shit, you know, is plausible that would happen in the building, you know, things like that. And
it's an old building that's been around a long time.
Yeah, that's cool too.
And it's neat to see the development as you watch the show. You learn more about the building's history, what's happened behind the scenes and stuff too. So, I mean, you can watch the show without really knowing what's going on, and then they kind of give you a little more and develop even the building as a character itself. And they have lots of cool guests on there too.
Yeah, lots of cameos and stuff.
Yeah.
What was it, Melissa McCarthy?
Not lots, but you know what I mean? Like 2 or 3 per season where they wind up with.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? Because they have the odd cameo of people that are in there for maybe 1, maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Not even.
Like this season with
Melissa
McCarthy.
And then, they throw in, like, Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd for a whole season.
Well, she's 2 seasons now.
Yeah.
Well, and he's...
And he 2 different people. 2 or 3 different people.
Well, he's 2 for sure.
Yeah, you know, for sure.
Because of stunt doubles and...
Yeah. And it gets really sort of meta and layered because they're doing a podcast about what's happening to them, but that's happening at the same time as you're watching. And then there's also another podcast that's talking about them, and then
Tina
they
Fey.
have fans that get involved, and everybody sort of really gets peppered in. But again, it never gets too much or anything. You're never like, what about that guy over here? And they sort of, and if there is something that isn't sewn up, they point that out right away. They're like, oh, what about when the thing got poisoned and whatever happened? We never learned the killer there. And, you know, and they actually sort of talk about it a little bit. And,
like 3 seasons later.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets brought back up.
Yeah.
Because the fans of the podcast are also
in
the show too, right?
And because they're a podcast, they talk about, like, well, back in season 1, there was a lot of plot holes and things like that. And it's sort of like they're talking about the podcast but it's also talking about the show if you're the audience of the show. So it's, I don't know, it's really cool like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only Murders in the Building. If
Yeah.
you like Steve Martin or Martin Short at all, or if you like any kind of whodunit show, it's really fun.
Yeah.
It's a good comedy, and I like that they come from diverse backgrounds too. So there's like, people at different financial
Yeah.
wellnesses, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know really what to call
Yeah.
it. But,
Not everybody's just, hey, everybody has money and living in the building.
just because they're in that building doesn't
Yeah.
mean that they're rich.
Yeah, that's really, really layered, and each layer is really well thought out and really well told, and really funny in between.
Yeah.
Like there was more than a
Like
few
the
times.
manager of the building
Like when
and-
Jane Lynch comes on as the stunt double.
Yeah.
Fuck that! I laughed out loud lots of times.
Yeah.
Many times. Just the weird little shit that she
She's been
says. and
fantastic
Yeah.
as Saz.
the thing that I like about it is
I
that
like when Marty Short does the Saz hands.
oh yeah,
Yeah, you'll have to watch it. I won't give it away why he has Saz hands.
a lot of shows nowadays, like I'm going to use Barry for an example, or Ted Lasso. That's my two sort of examples of like first season, second season, really good, really funny, and still emotional and had your poignant parts and subplots and everything. But then somewhere along the line, like season 3 and season 4, they get really hardcore with the emotion, and they really like, I'm going to work on the character this year and really get them and see what they're all about and really tear into that character and da-da-da, it seems like. And then it just really like, it really takes a backseat to the humor, I find, or vice versa. Humor ends up taking a backseat of like, you find maybe there's one or two laughable moments through a whole episode of Barry or Ted Lasso now, and the rest
It's
is like,
just heavy.
holy crap, okay,
You're
yeah,
trudging
he's
through
going
it.
to the therapist, and holy crap, like, but with this one, I like that they throw in extras, and they throw in subplot, and they throw in, like, love interest and stuff, but it never goes down like that ever.
Yeah.
It really stays a nice, just consistent, weirdly happy, weirdly dark kind of funness, to it.
And I like by season 4, they're popular enough that Paramount's wanting to pick them up as
Right.
and do a movie.
Now
so then
it's-
they have actors that are portraying them.
Yeah.
And so that's something that's fun to like poke fun at the characters themselves.
I was listening to the On Fire podcast, the Survivor podcast, and just this popped in my head that Jeff Probst was talking about complex, not complicated. Complex is good. It's rich. It has lots of different layers. It's deep. But complicated is just a pain in the ass.
Well, you don't want
You
your
know.
viewer or listener to feel stupid.
Right, exactly.
It's okay to be like wanting like to have questions. It's
Yeah.
good. It's great to have questions.
Yeah.
But not you don't want to feel like you're being left behind or you're too stupid to understand the show.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it just sort of made me think of that show, The Only Murders in the Building, is that it's complex and layered and really sort of meta, but it's not complicated. It's not. There's no extra
not Game of
baloney for no
Thrones.
reason. Everything's
trying
really
to-
well thought out.
Yeah, not trying to get too much exposition per episode.
Yeah, exactly. The exposition
Yeah.
that is there is really well told and then narrated through that specific person
Yeah,
sometimes.
there's
even.
a reason for it. It's
You
either
know.
setting a tone or a mood,
Yeah.
or it's actually helping you to follow the story for what's coming next.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Only Murders in the Building. If you get
Yay!
the
There you
opportunity to watch it, check it out. It's fun. It's a TV show. My eyes are red, but I haven't been smoking weed. I haven't smoked weed in, probably 3 weeks. Well, I did smoke weed like a week ago. Salty, we noticed right before bedtime that he had a tick on his neck.
Oh, yeah.
And it hadn't
Right.
had a chance to like
Right.
start slurping on him or anything, so it wasn't bulbous, but it was enough that like you felt something stuck to his neck, and you're like, that's not like a little hairball or a burr or anything. It's
Yeah, I'm glad
that.
you noticed
So
it.
we have this cool little tweezer tool with like a little twisty thing. It's plastic, and it worked freaking amazing. Jason just held him and got it out.
Yeah.
put it in the wood stove.
Help me, I'm burning.
Yeah, it's his first one because we had him on tick medication right from the get-go, like, so we haven't had to deal with it, but I guess it's worn off. So
Speaking of layered, his fur is just crazy. You have to you're wading through it. You make 5 or 6 passes. Like, oh, there's some skin. Oh,
yeah,
and there's a gross
has hair.
tick thing right there. Yeah.
It's...
My ear got really itchy there.
Oh no! Speaking of ticks.
What the hell?
I'm gonna check.
Little earwig going there.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen earwig.
Yeah, the vet's coming tomorrow to do a little checkup on the horses and get their teeth checked. The one horse has been dropping her hay.
Oh.
So.
It's like dropping.
Well, she dropped a little bit of weight too, so we were having to separate them so that she gets a chance to eat more because she's not as bossy and big as the other one.
Nice.
So I was really missing them being sick for 2 weeks. The girls covered my 2 feeding shifts, and they're both going to be away next week for a bit, so
nice.
I'll be catching up and doing the chores for them. Yeah, get some alone time with the ponies. Yeah, I haven't ridden in a long time, but it's okay. I wouldn't have been able to. And tried going for a walk a couple days ago. I thought I was doing all better. Didn't have the runny bums anymore. And Jason's like, okay, yeah, you want to go for a walk with me? And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go nice and slow. And so we did this, probably half-hour walk through the forest. And because I'd been sleeping quite a bit, I don't think I had my coffee until like noon, and then didn't finish it till like 2 or 3 o'clock. Right before we went for our walk, it was cold, but I was like, I'll finish off my coffee. I don't want to waste it because I only ever have one. And we got like halfway through the walk, and I just had this terrible cramp in my tummy, and I was just like, ow, 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 ow. Like I had to stop and like bend right over, and was just like suffering pretty bad. But it passed, and I was like, okay, well, that's brutal, but okay. And we were like over halfway home, but like barely over halfway home. And so we kept going, and then I had another really bad cramp, and Jason's like, oh, do you have to go to the bathroom? I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to. And he's like, do you want to borrow a sock and just like go in the bushes? And all I could think about is somebody's dog like getting into it or something. And I was just like, I don't want to be pooping in the bushes out. It's like a pretty, it's bushy trail. Like I'm sure anybody, that if they came along and saw you squatting in the bushes, and the smell would probably hit them 50 yards down the road.
You'd see the doodle-doo, whoop, turn around and start walking the other way. Never mind.
Yeah, so I hustled back as quick as I could, and Jason's like, don't wait for us, just go for it. And
keep trucking.
Yeah, I made it to our driveway, and then some came out. And I had a whoopsie poopsie, and I don't remember the last time I have. Thank frickin'.
I'm not laughing at you, but
the situation was pretty funny. You were really supportive. Poor Salty was like, "Fuck, let's go. Why is she walking so fast? I gotta catch up." And you're like, "Just give her some privacy, man."
He was just yoinking and yoinking, like she's on her own, pal.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I was thinking like if somebody drives by, I'm thinking like, oh, they must be fighting.
Yeah. Totally. Like that, because I was
walking
like
ahead and fast,
kind of hunkered down and like,
full eyebrows,
looking
going,
like I was gonna cry or something.
Yeah. I was just thinking like, we're okay. She just has to poop.
She's got the flu.
Yeah.
Didn't want to poop in the forest. I just thought, like, you don't want to have to do that anyway. And if you're feeling like woozy and dizzy, you don't want to fall over in your own poop out in the wet forest.
Yeah, no thanks.
And I didn't want anybody's dog to get into it. A lot of people let their dogs off on the trail, and
that's
like,
gross.
what do you do with the sock if you do that and you have to use a sock on your butt? And
toss that as far as it can go.
And like, do you put it in your pocket and try to carry that home, or do you?
At best, you roll it inside out, sort of like a little ball.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know.
Wrap it in a couple leaves and carry it.
Yeah. I was not
Yeah.
not into that. It wasn't at
Yeah.
that point. If it was
It
like
was an old
already
sock.
trying to get out in the forest, then I might have given it a go, but I was just like,
Yeah.
no. And then what do you get? Athlete's butt? Like, is that a thing? Like, that crossed my mind. Like, you get athlete's foot, but on your butt?
That's
like,
great.
that's not. No.
Well, I don't have athlete's foot, but
But who
Yeah.
knows, right?
Like,
Have a little planter's
yeah,
wart
cracked
on
heels.
there, and and then all of a sudden
up
you
with
got like
cracked ass.
cracked ass,
Chapped ass.
butthole.
Chapped ass syndrome.
And my butt was already sore from like a week's worth of the squirts. Yeah, it was. I don't recommend it.
Soft toilet papers.
Yeah,
We
it
needed
was
softer toilet paper.
It was so scratchy. It was the worst. I made it home and got the rest out, and then just jumped in the shower. Jason comes home, and I'm getting out of the shower, and he's got the front door open and the fan on, and he's like, "Yeah, it's a little funky in here,
It was
hon."
just because it was so stuffy. That was it. It was
'Cause it was
just
humid.
get some air conditioning.
It
going.
wasn't
It
the
was
sickness
humid
smell.
Yeah, no,
It was the
no,
worst,
it wasn't.
you guys.
It wasn't 2 weeks of sickness coming out of you
No,
or anything.
it was bad. And so then I got thinking, like, well, was it because I like gave up marijuana? Is this like 3 weeks
Yeah.
into giving up
Withdrawals.
weed? All of a sudden, my
Yeah.
whole body just fucking shuts
I
down.
get the cold sweats
It's
and
like,
the
where's
shakes.
this weed?
It's good shit.
Yeah. So after the dog had the tick, I was like, you know what, I was pretty shook up. I was like, you know what, maybe I'll try. Because I haven't even tried our weed that we grew.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but that's the best thing is it was our own, you know, homegrown.
But it was a blend of all three, so I was like, fuck, I don't even know. I don't even think I got stoned off of it. But I did eat snacks after, so.
So that's usually a good sign.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
was snacks gonna happen anyways?
No, I was going to bed
Oh,
before
right.
we saw the tick, and then I was like, that's not happening.
Yeah, that was fucking gross, those fucking things. I'm glad it wasn't like, I don't mind them when they're like that. It's when they're plumping, you know, and you
Yeah,
can just
if you-
see
if you
it
don't
almost
find
like,
them right away.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was, no thanks.
That tool really worked great.
Yeah, the one, it's got like a claw that comes down and pinches.
Yeah, but
And
it's
then twist.
plastic. Yeah, and then it has a
Yeah.
little arrow on it to tell you to twist
Which
a
way to
certain
twist.
way. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're always like, only twist it a certain direction, and then they'll pop right out. And
Yeah.
it was tangled in the hair at first, and then we got the hair a little more separated, and then, yeah, came right out.
Yeah. And it seems to be.
I was glad you were there to hold him because it was the back of his neck, so he just keeps, like, looking up. And you're like, no.
Lost
You
it.
kind of have to, like, push his head down.
Start wading through the fur again.
And then it
Yeah.
just goes in further because it's, like, getting pawed at.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. That's the tough part is you got to find it without disturbing it too much or
It's
anything.
not
and
tick season.
You know,
Like, it's like freaking
Yeah.
almost November.
Yeah.
So weird.
I think just the last of the last, probably going for any kind of refuge. Hey, warm fur.
And yeah, he doesn't
You know.
like his tick meds wore off, so
Oh yeah.
it's time to get more from the
Yeah.
vet.
Yeah. We'll go in and get them done up.
Oh, pets. eh? So how have you guys been feeling? Hopefully nobody else has been sick. Heard a couple other people had the squirts and stuff. and
Yeah.
a few people had migraines and stuff.
The
but-
vid's going around.
Yeah, I never went and got tested or anything. A couple people were like, "Oh, did you have COVID?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Well,
What's it gonna?
can we talk about this? We talked about it yesterday a little bit just on our own, but like,
Yeah, what's the point? I don't want to go into the medical clinic to get a test to find out if I do have it because I just didn't take any customers. I stayed home. I stayed away from the horse farm.
Well,
like
that's
you
my
were the
thing is,
only
like-
one that like went to the store and got more soup
Yeah.
and crackers.
it's not deadly by any means now, as far as I understand the variants that are out there. There's
Yeah.
maybe some and to some people. I mean, it never was just deadly to everybody. It was to certain people.
Yeah.
And like to me now, it's like no different than you wouldn't go in for a flu test or a cold test, and some people do.
I guess.
I don't want to, because some people are more susceptible and can. It really fucks
I
them
guess
up.
they need to know whether they can go visit grandma or not.
I guess, yeah, maybe
I
that's
just
a thing.
feel like if you feel like shit, don't have people around you.
Well, that's my thing,
But-
and maybe I'm just old school like that and old fashioned of like, well, it'll pass,
Yeah.
feed a fever and starve of gonorrhea or whatever it is. Isn't that how it goes?
I don't know.
I
I've never had gonorrhea.
no,
so
me neither. But I'm just thinking
you're
old school.
assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been watching Deadwood.
I tried doing the like garlic and The ginger, just straight
Oh,
up
yeah.
raw ginger blended into some orange juice was really helpful for like the first part of it. Just I blended up with some ice cubes and frothy.
Yeah.
It just felt amazing on my sore throat.
Oh, right.
But
And maybe some energy too, just from the vitamin C. And does the ginger give you a little Z? Hello.
yeah, it tastes like shit. But
Yeah. That's what I mean.
No,
It's like the fisherman's friend.
if it's not with sugary beef sauce or something, then it's
yeah.
I mean, I like it a little bit blended in there, but I was like, I need to knock this shit out of my system because I had wonderful clients that I'm like turning away because
Yeah.
I'm too sick. Like I was too sick to work on them, and I don't want to get them sick because I know that they're hard workers or they're seniors, and
You got shit to do.
I don't want them not being able to make it to the toilet.
On their walk, their doggy walks.
Exactly. I'm like, sit on the toilet, puke in the garbage. That's my tip. You don't want to have to clean up behind you. Right?
Mop up behind you.
I did that one time as an adult.
Leaving a trail.
Puked into the toilet and shit myself and had to clean that up while I was sick, and yeah, not recommended. I just sit on the toilet, puke in the garbage can.
That's the best way to go.
We have a big garbage
Safe.
can with the lids, so you don't have to worry about
You
it.
never know. Yeah.
And extra bags underneath,
Safe.
so if something happens, you just bag it up, take it out right away, or bag it up, and
Yeah.
then there's another one ready.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Yep. Just get rid of it. Better out than in, as they say.
Don't get sick, you guys.
That's my dad's remedy pretty much all the time. Like a cough, spit it out. Don't spit, but like have something to spit it out into, and it's just like, why hold anything in? Get it out.
Yeah, don't snort all your boogers back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Go blow your nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to get out of your body for a reason.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's obvious remedy kind of deal, I guess. But
Not for everybody.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Sickness.
Yeah, recovering.
You feeling okay now, though? A little,
Yeah,
more energy.
Better,
eating
still
more.
low energy, still not much of an appetite, but also
Some, though.
veggies is like, because I'd gotten sick with vegetables, because I've been like eating really well and losing weight and really proud of myself for being so active, and then just...
Yeah, it happens.
It just, like, all your muscles and everything hurt, and it was really defeating, you guys. I really struggled.
Well, and it can be worse for your recovery from what I've felt for my own sake in the past. When I've pushed through and had to, I got to get this done, or, I want to keep doing my workouts, or whatever it is. It ends up, I think, pushing that sickness 2 or 3 more days.
Well, I
too,
did. It was like stormy, and I was looking after these horses plus a friend's horses too.
Yeah.
And I didn't. That truck was fritzed out on us, and I didn't feel like comfortable riding around in it or driving it. So I just like walked over there in the pouring rainstorms.
The torrential downpours, literally torrential
for
downpours.
like 3-4 days in a row.
Yeah.
And just did it anyway.
I offered to drive,
Yeah.
and even walk and hold an umbrella.
You
but,
did. You did come the one time.
She's a strong, independent woman
But
who needs her private time as well with horses. So,
Yeah.
and that's totally fine.
tried to keep cooking and making healthy food, but I
I think
I
that's
eventually had to give up.
I think that's a prolonged it at least the first week.
Oh yeah,
or so too.
Still
and I mean,
having to do
nothing
chores.
you can do. You told somebody you're gonna help out. They don't have anybody else to do it. So
Yeah.
it's awesome that you did it.
Yeah.
But I think that's what turned it into 3 weeks instead of 2. I think kind of
Yeah.
deal. It's just that extra. Your body just doesn't get a chance.
Super rundown.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I need my immunities. My immunity
And just
soldiers doing their
rest.
thing.
Yeah,
You
all I
know?
did was sleep when I wasn't doing that. I'd set the alarm to go and do that.
Yeah.
Felt so bad not taking Salty out, but what can you do?
He understands. We played some stick ribbon outside and
doing
did some
better.
walks when we could. Because even me, like I'd get up into the driveway even and just be like,
You were tuckered
just
out
exhausted by that time. And I never really felt like sick, or anything. But it was like,
too. Run down still.
holy shit! I barely even fucking, walk down to the shed and back.
Yeah.
Holy crap! But
I had been trying to do Salty's haircuts every month on the 15th, and what was it, like the weekend of Thanksgiving, so beginning of October was when it hit me.
Yeah.
So, like, pretty much the whole month I've been out of commish, and so poor Salty's hair is just getting longer and longer and longer and more tangly, but I got actually...
He looks glorious, though.
I got probably half of him brushed out, and I realized he's got a couple little dreadlocks going on behind his ears, so we worked on those while my soup was heating up in the kitchen tonight.
We'll get him out of there.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Once you find him, it's the same as the tick. I had been playing around with them and petting them and everything for a good little while before that, a couple different sessions. Mm-hmm. Before that, didn't ever notice or feel anything, and then, you're like, oh, he's got a tick. You were like, I think you did one of those maneuvers, like, oh, shit, I think he's got a tick.
It's pretty visceral when you find them. So you, a long time ago, during our last episode, you had said that there was a bunch of new wacky words that the kids are using, and you actually looked up the...
Wacky is definitely one of them.
You looked up all the definitions for them?
Yeah.
Do you want to go over those? I'm sure people don't want to hear about me being run down.
Wacky words. That's awesome. So, what do you think skibidi means?
Means you didn't make it to the toilet?
Callback. Dunk. Nice. Weirdly enough, there's like a whole thing, skibidi toilet is why it's a huge trending thing.
Oh.
It's called... So, skibidi is basically like anything that's like...
Gross.
Weird or bad or wacky or gross or creepy kind of deal. It's, and also it can be good stuff, cool stuff. It could be like, hey, that guy's real skibidi, but it could also be that guy's real skibidi kind of deal. So, there's words that we used to use that I'm trying to think of that sort of work the same, but like, I don't know, bad is the only thing I can come up with, but that nobody really ever used that term.
Okay.
So in skibidi toilet is this whole, I don't know, I think it's fucking Russian or something, YouTube videos that are like super quick. They're like 30 seconds, a minute long.
More of a TikTok.
Yeah, and it's literally like this weird sort of 3D animation kind of thing where it's like this weird creepy head in the toilet, and they have the music that's like, the music's actually kind of catchy, but yeah, so anyway, that's skibidi.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think mogging is?
Drinking your latte too fast?
Oh, that's a good one.
Mogging down your lattes?
I originally thought like, I don't know why, I think I went to like something Star Wars-y.
Oh.
Or, where it was like somebody being a nerd or something is what I thought at first. But
can I change my answer?
Definitely.
I think mogging is when you travel through space and you're traveling with Lone Star.
Oh, that's where that's where I got that from.
It's like half man, half dog.
Right, I kept thinking like Star Wars or something, but I was like, right.
What's the movie called?
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Oh, this is all fucked right now.
Yeah.
Right. He's a Mog, half man, half dog.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay, because I was thinking the big abominable snowman type of thing on Star Wars, but because it's sort of named something like that, but I couldn't remember what it was. So yeah. So mogging.
Is it Tauntaun?
For those people, yeah, well, that's the one that he crawls into.
Oh, okay.
But it's a wampum or something like that. It's not wampum because that's
Wampa.
a racist thing for money.
Okay.
Or native money back in the day.
Uh-oh.
Remember the wampum? Give them some wampum.
I don't know.
You don't remember that back in the Old West days?
We weren't racist.
You weren't, I was going to say raised in the Old West.
About money.
No?
No.
Or money racist?
Mostly bicycles.
Oh, the cat wants out.
Yeah, that's okay. He can go through the cat door.
Yeah, that's why we installed
That's why there's a cat door. I'm cold. He can go through the cat door. Or he can wait 10 minutes.
So mogging It's where users post slideshows of photos of celebrities in which one star outshines the rest, looking so attractive they make another look bad in comparison. In other words, they mog the competition.
Okay.
So that's the whole thing.
All right.
You know, apparently that's a
That
new
was
trend.
way off.
Going off that side, we were both way off.
Okay.
A lot of these are like, oh, so nothing like what it sounds like? Okay. This new generation is, you know, they're covert like that somehow. So
then what?
mewing. What do you think mewing is?
I think that's what Beastie does when he wants out the door.
That's what he's doing right now? Yeah. This is one that I never would have thought because I have no idea where the term actually came from. It's a technique where you flatten your tongue against the roof of your mouth to create a square jawline. Mainly males do it to define their jawline. That's exactly, I think you're doing it. You're defining that jawline, that's for sure.
Something.
And if I didn't have the beard, you could see that it actually works.
Well, you're just sticking your chin out.
And if I didn't have 8 chins in the way. But
Okay.
supposedly it actually works. And there was like, looked up some stuff, and some guys did it over like 3 months, just YouTube videos and stuff, and you can definitely see a legit difference. I was like, okay, but what also
So
is
it's
that
a
doing
workout?
to your muscles
Palate.
and all that up there and your palate and everything
Soft
else?
palate.
But yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
mewing. Yeah,
Weird.
I know, right? That says like, you okay? That's a thing, I guess.
What other words were there, Jason?
My nose is itchy.
Is that one of the words?
Yeah, it's do you know what nose is itchy means?
Means
Nose is itchy.
That this. Oh my God. Okay, on our walk today, speaking of noses,
right.
I had a fir cone fall out of like a super, like this tree was probably 200 feet up with the cones on it. Landed right in the beak. Just bam! Right on the end of my nose. Hurt like hell.
Yeah, it was still hurting on the way back.
Yeah, I probably have a freaking mark from it. It's crazy.
With all the pitch.
Anyways.
too. Dunk.
Anyways,
Anyways.
hurting over here. Hurting Gene. Okay, what else is going on?
So GYATT. GYATT. GYATT.
Is that like a gun?
Well, that's a GAT.
Okay.
And I
Spelled
assume
different.
from Gatling gun is where they got that
Oh, okay.
from. But I'm not really sure. I assume that. Speculate on
I
that.
don't know what it is.
So GAT. I was like,
Pardon me.
at first I thought it was maybe like, I don't know, some term for, I gotta like get it. You know, I gotta get that kind of deal. And I gotta like, there's like a Black Eyed Peas. Gotta get that. Gotta get. You know, they do like that. And I thought that's what it was from. I was like, that doesn't seem right at all.
Okay.
And it wasn't. So
Okay.
that makes sense. So I'm just going to read the dictionary.com thing here.
Okay, what does it say?
GAT is an exclamation used to express excitement or shock, especially in reaction to seeing large buttocks or a voluptuous woman.
Seems super specific.
Right? That's what I thought. But then
Okay.
I looked it up even deeper. I got deeper into the buttocks and the voluptuous women.
Okay.
You know,
You're
did
like, well,
research. Did
yeah.
some research, you know. Well, gotta go down that hole, I guess. Oh. And it originally started from goddamn.
oh,
Right? Because
yeah.
you heard that back in the day all the time.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Look at
Yeah.
that asshole on that one. That's my best, not really sure voice.
Sexist.
Yes. Sexist.
cat
even,
call?
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Goddamn. So
Okay.
now they just do gat. Like,
Huh.
I don't like it as much.
Yeah.
But, you know,
You gotta throw the damn in there.
it's way more fun,
Yeah.
I think. Try
Well,
it.
the youngsters.
You try it? How's your throat? You don't want to try it?
I don't want to try that.
You want to try it?
I don't do racial stuff.
Maybe we'll ask the audience out there, give us your best gat or goddamn. Because you got to throw the... To me, it's way more fun with the damn in there.
My, what a lovely buttocks you have.
There you go. That's perfect.
And then
Wow.
just...
Huge
Sorry.
slap. Yeah, for sure. Ugh. Can't do that these days.
You can't
You know.
tell people how glorious their butts are.
Uh,
All right. What else are the kids saying?
well, Riz we know.
It's
right? Riz is
charisma. Yeah.
There's also Rizzler, which is just a person who has a lot of Riz.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of deal.
I want Twizzlers for some reason.
This is a weird one that you want Twizzlers now. Phantom tax, which is the action of taking someone's food.
Okay.
So, and I didn't.
Oh, it's like French fry tax.
Yeah.
Where you take someone's French fry for bringing them over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have those play the cookies. It's time to pay the phantom tax, not phantom. So it's a whole thing. A Twitch gamer streamer thing came up with. And,
Okay.
You know, seems to be like. I'm curious. I want to like go back and look at like weird trends and shit that happened when we were sort of growing up, and like, because it seems like just like one weird little thing takes off, and then it just that's huge, you know. And I want to look at the weird trends back in the day for us. And like, was it the same thing? Is it one weird little thing or
skibidi dibbity?
Skibidi dibbity do? I guess you know what you gonna do. Ohio was the other one.
Meaning they like potatoes?
I think that's Idaho.
Oh, I was way off.
But again, why wouldn't it just be Idaho? Why Ohio? Or why not, you know, Alaska? Or
I don't think Alaska does potatoes.
oh, that's a good point. But it's nothing to do with potatoes.
Oh.
You just got on the potato thing.
I do like potatoes.
I mean, I guess it might be, depending on the...
So what are they saying?
So Ohio is basically a state or a state of being strange and unusual.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently crazy, weird shit happens in Ohio. So
Isn't that where the
if it's
Mothman's
weird,
from?
it's Ohio. Maybe.
That's true.
Actually.
It's just trying to call back.
Trying to call back to
Yeah.
your costume. Would you like to talk more about your costume?
That's okay.
No, bring it.
Sorry.
Would you like to talk about how I got you some feathers
Yeah.
in town?
Pearson
My
got
town
feathers.
adventure. Town venture.
Yep. Okay. Any other words that we
didn't
needed
see
to
this
clear
before.
up?
The term emerged after a viral photo of a bus announcement board with the phrase "Ohio will be eliminated."
Easily.
After this image got popularized, people began sharing strange, outdated images captioned "Only in Ohio." It seems that Ohio is a place where only flabbergasting and disturbing events take place.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that.
yeah. So I was like, well, okay. Alpha is obvious. Oh, so
Alpha's like the boss
Alpha's the, you know, yeah, the macho king shit dude
of? Okay.
kind of thing. But now there's Gen Alpha,
For ladies?
which is the generation below or whatever, younger than Generation Z or Z.
Okay.
Even, you know, we're
Millennials,
whatever we are.
Gen Z, Gen X.
Gen X. Yeah, Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z, or no.
Gen
I don't know,
Z,
Gen
then
Z,
millennial.
Millennials, and then Gen Alpha is the ones that are like 12 to 16 now.
Okay.
Apparently, I'm like, well, okay, that's a thing.
Go
You
get
know?
'em.
Well, go get them, Gen Alpha, I guess. Not sure what's going to come next, but if they're just going to beta. So, one thing that I like now is, you know, there's alpha male and alpha dudes and all that stuff out now, but there's sigma dudes now that are not necessarily the alpha or the coolest, but definitely cool dudes who you like to hang out with, or people, I think. I don't know necessarily about dudes, but yeah, definitely people that are just cool, fun, smart, funny people.
Okay.
It's a sigma, apparently now. I was like, okay.
It's not a stigma to be a sigma.
Oh, I like that. Look at you. You're bringing it all up. Diddy Party is
Like molesters?
homosexuals, you know, parties, mainly gay sex. Mainly gay sex or
Yeah.
oral
Why get
sex.
Diddy involved?
Well, because that's his whole thing.
Oh.
He likes the dudes.
Oh.
The shiny oiled up dudes that's coming out now. That's sort of
Okay.
fairly, it's not official news,
Well,
but it's fairly
But
obvious.
it's non-consensual for him. That's the big deal. That's why everybody hates him. It's
well,
not
that's
that they're
also
homophobic?
he's being criminally charged with sex trafficking and sex trafficking over state lines and paying sex workers because different states have different laws, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And
It's
then,
not so
and
much
then
the gay thing.
the civil lawsuits are underage sex workers who were drugged, non-consent,
Yeah.
that whole
Okay.
stuff. And in the criminal charge, there's also lots of other bad shit, sexual assaults, and just straight up beatings and assaults and murders and
Yucky.
yeah, all
Okay.
that kind of stuff. So, but Diddy party, if it's just like, hey, we're gonna go have a Diddy party, that means that you and another person are gonna go have gay sex
Okay.
in the terminology that these days. That was up until he got charged. Who knows now? Probably
Now
not
that means you have to
probably not a
traffic
thing.
somebody also.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Oy,
Yeah, you gotta
oy.
use baby oil. You know. You want any more? I got one more.
Yeah, tell me the last one.
So gooning. Any ideas? Gooning.
Means like watching somebody.
Oh, that's a good guess. That's actually that would have changed my guess into that. I think my guess originally was like either fighting or putting on the face of like, well, that guy's fucking gooning me over there. You
Oh.
know, kind of deal, like the real, like, what the fuck you looking at kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't sure
Mean
if fighting...
mugging ya?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't even sure if fighting was a thing with today's generation, or I assume it's still a thing. You know, but so gooning, it's it's masturbating for a prolonged period of time, usually hours, without ever climaxing.
So whiskey dick or
Well, that's so. This guy says it's usually in conjunction with porn and sometimes with poppers, a legal liquid substance that is inhaled, causing a euphoric high and enhanced sexual pleasure.
okay.
So, you know, and why is there a slang term for that? And like that, it's so obvious that like, hey, I'm gonna go off and goon myself for a little while. I guess I don't know. You know, or hey, Steven was off gooning for all night long.
Where were you gooning?
Or like, is it like gooning party? Yeah, where you been gooning? Like instead of just, why wouldn't you just say jerking off?
Yeah.
You know, so, but I guess you got to come up with new terms every now and then.
Yeah,
so.
it's too vulgar to
know.
say jerking
What
off.
about you folks out there? What do you like?
Are you jerking off?
Are you gooning right now? Ooh, hopefully not right now while we're listening to this.
Yeah, wash your hands.
I mean, either way, wash your hands. If you're gooning, I can't
Before
even say
and
it.
after.
Gooning,
Gooning.
gooning, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Gooning, mewing. If you're mewing while you're gooning and yell skibidi Ohio, then you're good to go. But don't do it with Gen Alpha.
Or
'cause
the
that's
toilet.
Not good. Skibidi on your way to the toilet, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Don't skibidi your toilet.
We'll put a little clip of the skibidi toilet thing in there just to annoy Dad.
On you.
Skibidi dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibidi dum dum dim dim. Skibidi dum dum dum, yes yes. Skibidi dum dum dim dim.
I'm creeped out. Okay.
Yeah.
I probably won't watch that.
All right. Should we go
Well,
and creep
yeah.
out somewhere else?
Do you have a would you rather?
Oh, I could come up with one for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if we've done this one before. Would you rather know how to scuba dive or know how to fly a plane?
Great question. You go first.
It is a good question. My instinct was to say fly a plane.
Because it's so much more expensive to learn how to do that.
I guess.
Yeah.
Is it though?
Oh, yeah. Takes tons of time.
Yeah, definitely way more time.
Yeah.
And math.
Seems
way more
like
math.
I don't know, quite a lot of math for scuba diving too. You
Yeah,
have to get
it's
your
all different
oxygen
pressures and stuff.
levels
And, yeah.
I feel like scuba diving, so I'd have more opportunities to do that, probably.
Yeah, see, and I was thinking, well, I guess actually, yeah, there's a diver that lives right there, right next to us. Is that somebody talking?
Well, maybe there's a chainsaw or something outside, or a dirt bike. Or, I wasn't sure. Freaked me out.
Bears. It sounded like somebody
I was
growling
like,
or something.
Spooky.
Weird.
Spooky season.
Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah, this will be the Halloween edition.
Halloween episode.
Spooky.
Get it
This is
out
my
there.
costume. Going as local podcaster. Unpaid podcaster.
Going as recovering sick girl.
Yeah, for sure. That works good.
All right, guys.
On that note.
Stay healthy
Oh,
out
we never
there.
answered diving and flying a plane. Oh, yeah, you said scuba diving.
Yeah, and you said plane.
All right, okay. Let's go with that.
How's your
See, the best of
short-term
both
memory?
worlds. So there you go. And then you can teach me to scuba dive, and I can teach you how to fly a plane.
Usually.
You know, because all you got to do is learn it once, and then you're a coach, trainer, instructor.
Those who can't do, teach.
Exactly. That's great. I want
That's
to watch
from
School of Rock now.
School of Rock.
All right. Rock and
Okay,
roll.
guys, thanks for your patience.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Thanks for reaching out, the people that did, that were concerned that we didn't have another episode out. We really was thoughtful of you.
Yeah, big time.
We
for
definitely
sure.
wanted to do them, but there was just no way.
Yeah.
So hope you guys are all doing well and feeling good and staying healthy. And
So can I cut in?
as you
Nope.
do,
My thing shut off anyway.
Jason's thing shut off, so we're wrapping up.
Wrap it up, B. I was just gonna say that I don't know. I feel grateful. Like we try to keep it sort of fresh. I don't know why, because we don't necessarily talk about topical things too much. But I don't like to have 10 in the can ready to go, or I like to keep it sort of fun and fresh, just conversation wise. So that's sort of the sacrifice you have, and when you get sick and stuff. But I think I'm super grateful and thankful for everybody that's sticking out with us, and we love you all very much.
Yeah, if you
We're
can
super
like
grateful.
and subscribe and share.
Yay!
If you want to watch us, we're on YouTube, and you can hit
You
us
gotta-
up on the
you gotta point.
socials at
People know where to go.
at Instagram, on Instagram and Facebook at We Can't Pick. And we're trying to be here most Wednesdays.
Definitely. Love
Hope
you very
you're having
much.
a good one, and you have a happy Halloween.
Yay! Spooky, 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 spooky,
Love you.
spooky,
Bye.
Wrapping it up in a nice little bow. I really hope you liked all of our stories. We don't really have an outro yet. We hope we didn't cause too many bories. That's when you get bored and you're like, fuck this, and you space out and you look over there. You don't want to quit listening 'cause you love us and you're putting up with our shenanigans.